Alright, we are now going a little bit higher in the MMR range. We are actually in the Bronx League with these two players, Skattar and Mango, which are sitting around 900 MMR, something like that. So this game should be extremely good compared to the ones we casted before, and nice little movement with the peasant here by Skattar, while Mango is not building. Okay, he's moving his wisp to build the ancient aware. So these guys do know about ancient aware creeping. We don't have any AFK workers. We have wisps in production for the elf, and it's gonna be Archmage for Skattar. I do like the colors in this game because teal and orange do create some kind of contrast, making it easier for me to distinguish the units compared to the horrible orange and yellow combination, which is pain for the eyes, really. Oh, and we do see a warden. So Mango is going warden. And the thing with the warden is you gotta be pretty good at creeping. Like, I really like warden, but I always feel like there's so much more you can do in terms of ancient aware creeping. And this guy is not building an archer, by the way, so that's the first mistake. The archer is definitely late. Should have an archer already here, but he's canceling the archer right now because he doesn't have time. The warden is already out, so he's pulling the creep and he's creeping with warden and ancient aware only, and he stopped wisp production. So he's definitely a little bit overwhelmed because he stopped wisp's production. He should have been producing constantly, especially since he does already have the second Moonwell, and a second Ancient Aware is in production. That's interesting. Maybe he's gonna go for some kind of mass tier 1 mass hunts, but he doesn't have an hunter's hold, so I don't know what the fuck is he doing, honestly, but whatever. Okay, orange, it's pretty clear what orange is doing. Is going for a fast expansion with only 4 peasants, so he's lacking the 5th worker to power build the expo, but he does have enough wood because he has been mining wood nicely, and he's power building with 4 peasants. Okay, but he got a nice item, Periapt Vitality, really good versus Warden to take a little bit less damage from the possible Shadow Strike. And this elf is making double Ancient Aware, but is not pumping any units from his double barracks, so, and he's adding a shop on top of that and a hunter's hold, but it doesn't have any units whatsoever. So basically, if orange, which does have 4 footmen, just decides to push him right now, the elf has got nothing to defend but except the Moonwells and the tree. So what orange should do now is he should just make more footmen and just creep level 3 and then push the Night Elf base with defend. Of course, defend costs a lot of wood, so you do need some time to research it. He's not researching it, he doesn't have the wood. Especially since he's going for double scout tower, because he's scared about possible Night Elf aggression here. But he is creeping level 3, so he's playing pretty well so far. Oh, and now, all of a sudden, we do have mass units from Mango. It does have, in fact, 7 archers and a level 2 warden with Mantle of Intelligence, which is pretty nice on the warden. Well, the ring not so much, but the Mantle of Intelligence is a pretty good item. And now with all of this piercing damage from the archers, you can easily take down these towers, especially when they are still in production. And we do have Fan of Knives. Oh, and there's no defense for orange. This is gonna be so hard to defend without the upgrade. We even have Shadow Melt and there's no reveal for orange. Orange really needs level 3. It does have level 3 and he's attacking with the workers. But the Warden is now level 3 and the footmen keep dying. But also the archers are dying. He's losing all of his archers. Pull them back, dude. He should kite with the archers. He should just run back. He's starting to do it right now, but it's just too late. He's lost so much. But he also managed to slow down the expansion for orange, who does not have any sort of wood, by the way. And because he didn't go for defense, and he still doesn't have defense, by the way, he has lost all of his footmen. So what the elf should do right now is just replenish full HP, full mana on the Warden and on the archers, and then just push again. Tier 2 is not done yet because he went for all of these production buildings, so he didn't have the wood for a faster tech, which means he cannot grab a second hero right now, but he's still in a decent position if he pushes right now and takes down these towers, because again, orange lost all of his footmen, so he has nothing to defend his expansion with. And Archmage is in a little bit of a bad spot, almost surrounded by the archers. Look at this, 2000 MMR move, the famous 8 archers surround, but it doesn't manage to keep it closed. But the Warden is still chasing footmen, and the archers are still wasting their DPS, just shooting at nothing. They could just focus down this Water Elemental and kill it easily. It didn't need to chase the footmen with all of these archers. And let's see if we have defense in production. Still no defense. And the guy is sitting on 1300 gold. He does not have a second barrack. What he should do, of course, is making a second barrack and pumping footmen with defense. Spend your gold, 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 spend your gold. You got 15,000 fucking gold. Spend your gold, spend your gold, spend your gold, spend your gold, spend your gold. He's not spending his gold because he doesn't have the production building. And now he's pulling peasants in peasant form, while the Warden is absolutely ravaging the peasant line here. But she's out of mana right now. And I'm not even sure if she does have blink, but it's okay. Orange is completely overwhelmed by this little attack, but the archers are retreating for some strange reason. Instead of pushing, TL decides to go for the full retreat and builds double Ancient of Lore in the meanwhile. And finally, we do see a second barrack for Skattar, who's on the bright side now on tier 2, which means he can finally buy a second hero. And with the second hero, I think he should be able to defend from all of these archers, I mean. Especially if he gets a panda, so he needs to go to the tavern right now and buy a panda. And then you can hold easily with towers and panda. So it's a big mistake. Oh, and he also has 3 footmen AFK at his base, which I'm sure he has forgotten about. Okay, 2 archers are going down. Okay, not just only one, because he's microing once again. He's not using his water elemental damage properly. Again, He's surrounding his own archmage with the peasants. The peasants aren't mining and they're just standing AFK protecting the archmage while TL is going at the tavern to grab a second hero. And the 3 footmen for Orange are still sitting AFK in his base. Why aren't you grabbing the second hero, dude? I don't understand these guys, I don't understand. Mining with 4 peasants, because who needs gold anyways, you got 1500 already, so who cares? The warden is level 4, so this warden is definitely getting really scary. But Orange is for some reason allowed to creep the middle right now. What? 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 Why are you running? Fucking creep it! He's just running away, he's not creeping the camp. So basically he grabbed the little troll, which doesn't mean anything, and he didn't even get the item from the big guy. And now he's moving towards a way harder camp. And he's gonna get creepjacked by mass bears and archers right now. He doesn't even get the last hit, he loses the last hit and then TP is out. Getting absolutely nothing from this camp. The warden is going to get the item. Throwing a fan of knives casually because she's full mana, so let's waste a little bit of mana. Why not? So Skattar is now running a Regen Scroll. It does have a lot of gold, but the elf is going for a counter expansion, which is almost finished already. And it does have map control, it does have almost level 5 warden, it does have bears. It doesn't have master yet. In fact, tier 3 is barely started, so you need to be careful with these bears, because we do have an MK with bolt, we do have a lot of footmen, we do have priests for healing. But he can just creep level 5 here. Since Orange didn't finish this camp, he can just get level 5. And unlock Fan of Knives level 3, which is going to absolutely destroy not only these footmen, but also any type of tier 2 unit that the human can possibly produce. But the human is going tier 3, so, and he's going for double Gryphon Hager. So it's possible for Orange to come back into this game if he somehow manages to make 80 pop Gryphons. But he also needs mortars, because against dryads and archers, mass archers, you need mortars with fragmentation shards. And then, if he reaches that type of tier 3 army with Gryphons, mortars with fragmentation shards, and Inner Fire Priest, is going to absolutely annihilate anything that the elf has got on the ground, including bears, archers, and dryads. Okay, big fight. I don't think Orange can win this fight. He's got a bunch of footmen, 1 rifle, 1 priest. He's clapping 2 bears, killing absolutely nothing. Scroll of the Beast on the archer is huge. And the MK once again is forced to TP. Archmage is about to die. We do have Shadow Strike. And this expansion is dead. Even without Master Bears, I think this expansion is just dead. And East tier 2, come on, produce! He needs to get a Paladin out right now and Mask Griffins, but he's not doing it. He's losing the expansion. And I think at this point the game is just over. Warden is almost level 6, expansion is running. 62 population for the Night Elf. No upgrades on the Dryads and the Bears. Human is not out of gold, but it's not pumping from this double Gryphon Aviary. So basically he expanded for nothing because he didn't spend his gold and he's just using all of his gold to power build the expansion again, and he's got absolutely nothing to defend this push with. He needs to kill these 2 bears. Come on, do it. Bolt! Bolt! Just fucking bolt. Okay. Kills 1 bear. So this game is an example of what not to do in Warcraft 3, okay? In Warcraft 3 you don't tech to tier 3 and make double Gryphon Aviary just to produce fucking rifles instead of Gryphons. Because he invested a lot into tier 3 and expansion, and then he ended up making rifles instead because he's scared of mass archer. Like I said before, the counter to this build is you still make Gryphons, so you commit to Gryphons and you add workshops instead of rifles. So you make double workshop, or maybe just 1 workshop, and you make 2 workshops is better because you can research fragmentation shards and produce mortars at the same time, and then you go for Griffon mortar with inner fire army and you absolutely demolish this Night Elf army. But rifles are completely useless against a level 5 soon to be level 6 warden. The worst unit he could possibly make. Only good against dryads, but they are not good against mass archers. And this Night Elf is going to be 80 foot pretty soon. The one thing I don't like is it doesn't have any upgrades on the dryads. He is low on wood. He should get a shredder and just pump some upgrades. Also, does he have master bears? Yes, he does. Okay. So this one Griffon is not gonna do anything, you know. Griffons are a unit that I like to make against Night Elf, but you need critical mass, which means at least 6. So with 6 Griffons in the air, you can just snipe the bears pretty quickly while the mortars shred the backline. And the Archmage now is about to die. Yes, Archmage dies, MK is not on the field yet, and all of this, the Warden is gonna take care of all of these rifles over time, and the game is over. I'm not sure why he's not quitting yet. Level 8 Warden. And these games are not close. Like, the MMR range was the same, basically these guys were exactly the same MMR. Maybe the Night Elf was a little bit higher, to be honest, I don't remember, but